Hi everybody. Today we start to think about how to sketching a landscape. I know that many people love to go tour to many countries. For example, one of my good friends who lives in Switzerland, every day he just choose one little town but special to do some picture, and he is a photographer. For example, this is very beautiful. And also this morning I passed through Riga old town. I use my phone to take some pictures. So this is a very famous black cat house. This is a symbol of Riga, and this is the way. And I go at Plus. I will pass through this bridge, so I take a picture of this. And also, this picture I think is useful for you to analyze how to start easy. When we do landscape, maybe focus more about the mountains, the ground, the buildings, the trees, for example, and also some structures, flowers. And how to do it easier, of course, you need analyze. First, we think all of the landscape, normally you will have a lot of skills to take a good picture. So for example, if we just use this picture to be a reference, we see here, I make only a draft. So you see, this is the front part. This is the front part. And here will be the middle. Here will be the middle. See? Horizontal middle, and the background could be mountains, a crowd, or some other things. So when you see this kind of a view, you can click your phone or take a picture and start to draw. This is the typical landscape pictures. And if you understand this, will be much easier to start immediately. For example, some people, they catch the point that some beautiful flowers or some people just passing by, they can start from this part. Or they see a very beautiful, like a castle or a boat or some other things in this river, they can start even in the horizontal, the middle part. And even some people, they see birds in the sky and fly away, they start with the background mountain. It doesn't matter. So in this case, you will be easy to do this part. And the second thing is, when we start to paint, we need to know some elements. For example, at least some tree, some grass, some ground, some cloud, river. And how to draw this, maybe I show you some samples how I did for every day. For example, when we do a tree, like a pine tree, so tree have different. In Latvia, many pine trees. So pine trees, if you do only outline, will be like this, could be. For sometimes, not enough for you to do the detail, just outline like this. And if you have a much convenient condition to stay in one place, you can even do details. It's like this. This pine tree. Now I will write on the, now I'm writing on the board, so this is more easy. But when you use a pen on the sketchbook, maybe it's not so easy. It will be a little bit difficult. But don't worry, just do it. This is the pine tree. The second, we are talking about some trees like a maple, who has a big, this kind of leaves. How to draw this? So if the tree will be like this, you can just put some block to save the time. You can do just like this. When you have enough time, you can do something here for details. Okay? And for example, many beautiful gardens, their trees is huge. In this case, even you have a lot of time, a lot of luxury times, you can't finish it. Just focus on the trunk. Because many gardens and big famous space, they will put a lot of this kind of huge trees. Even in Riga, you can find some beautiful trees. So just focus on the trunk. Just do it and do some shadows with the lines. That's enough. That's enough for a short time. Sketching, that's enough. This is for the trunk. And sometimes you may see the many trees, they have different layers, how to do it together. We can use some simple shadow to show the different layer. For example, if I draw the front part, some grass, I would just use a simple line to show. And the middle is this big tree first. Big tree. And this part also, two big trees in the middle. And behind will be some very dark pine trees. You can use this kind of filling lines, always with this, to make different layer. So see, if you keep a distance, this kind of lines looks like a gray. If you want to make it darker, how to do it? Of course, this cross line can help you. For example, the third layer, if I make one more, I can change another kind of lines. So see, from distance you can feel that it's then 1, 2, 3, and 4. At least 4 layers you can get already in the picture. Of course, some kind of very beautiful willow trees in our Chinese romantic story. Always when people say goodbye, they stay in front of willow trees. How to paint this? The soft, more soft. See the willow tree? What we're talking is for fast drawing. It's not for detail, because if you do the details, you should actually go to the place you are sitting and put something in a very accurate way. I just want to show you, if you only have 10 minutes or 5 minutes when you stay someplace to take a coffee, how to try to fill in this part and insert a picture as you want. So this already you can do a very beautiful willow tree and even some birds in sky. It's like this. Then how to make some kind of a shrub, because many gardens, they have a lot of little beautiful fence for protect their boundary. And how to make it beautiful? See, if I take a person in this height, this will be the fence, the height of the fence. And try to just make the outline. And if they have some flowers on it, put the different shadow is enough. Is enough. Shrub. How to make a grass in this case? Mostly in front of the shrub will be a big grass ground. People play and the birds are eating. See the grass, you can just do a little dot here. A little bit dot. Or some road could be. Like this. And if you put the one big simple grass in the front part, we mentioned that the front, middle, the background. If some beautiful flowers in the front, you can do a little bit details for the leaves. And maybe some details of here. Could be also interesting. See, and for the cloud, because this depends on how your pictures, the main part, look like. For example, if I make something here already, it looks like empty, and this is the cloud. See, it's too empty. If I show people, the people can't recognize. Two ways of focus on the cloud. One is insert some texture inside. Then you, at least you can recognize this something from sky big, the first. The second is I just delete this part, keep it empty. Keep it empty, and I just try to fill this part with more cloud. This could be very like a decoration. Yeah, I love this style because in this case the sky seems empty, but it's already be a picture. This cloud already create a picture. Whatever this part. And with some birds here will be wonderful. See, so it's different style. And of course, all our landscape, whatever, still life or portrait or something, the link with a human being. So I prefer always I will take some pictures with some active thing. For example, maybe some birds or some people who are enjoying the moment. So of course, the background people, it's just for background. Maybe it's not even recognize the shape, but it's useful for you to put in your landscape. So something like this. Maybe you will ask, Mary, how you draw people? Because for us, if so short time, we can't see very clear how people. So this need you practice always. And when you go straight, try to see how people move or sit or talking, how to catch the moment, the active moment. So even I didn't do the detail, you can see that like these two guys, they are watching someplace and their pets, maybe it's urgent for some nearby interesting things. So this is a movable, active. So try to take more attention when you go to street to see the something surrounding you. And of course, the most interesting for me is to watch people. So this is my daily work, to practice, to see how people's working, how people's talking, and even sometimes people fighting, blah, 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 fighting. So it's interesting, it's your life. And now we will try. Today is only 45 minutes. We will use how to use this 45 minutes. My plan is We first of all say, the brief idea how to start with painting. Then the second part for us, maybe we use 3 good pictures. One is from my good friends who is also a big sponsor for our charity event in Riga for fighting with coronavirus in the middle of March. He's a very warm-hearted person and also a famous photographer. He take this picture from his living part, Switzerland, some town. So this is the one picture we will use, and you can see this typical 3 layers landscape picture. And this, also the bridge is beautiful, and this lamp. So if you love Riga, of course, every day you will pass through, you will have a chance to see this element in the city. And the leaves, how we practice the trees, we can use here. And also this interesting part, remember always the symbol of Riga. We will use these 3 pictures. Each one we will use only 10 minutes. Remember, only 10 minutes. We start with 1, 2, 3. So 30 minutes, we will start to try to finish 3 works today. And the last 5 minutes, maybe I will show you some sketches I'm doing these few days. Okay, we'll start from the first. I will draw with you together. So these lines for us is important. Why I say this? Because this building is not easy at all. If you have only 10 minutes, you need a big front part to insert and try to cover this complicated material. So this is a skill. In future, you will learn a lot of this kind of skill. And this is the main part. I think for you, 10 minutes is not enough, even for this window. Then just put some outline is enough. The main things is try to draw this. And remember why I didn't cut this, because this is like a background. So in this case, you will understand the, how to say, the relationship between each other. And also this is like a reference. You can recognize the space. Okay, we will start with the first one. 10 minutes. Try to put your clock. We try to start. For me, if I draw this, I will choose to start with this because this will be easy. And then you have more time to feel and to adjust. If you are scaring, because this is the main part is only shadow. When you start with this, you don't need to scaring any mistake. And go further, you can do these outlines. It will be, how to say, more comfortable for you. So first we will do this. I will make an outline of this picture, then we understand how big we will draw. Oh, it's not very good, this pen, so maybe I just use this marker so you can see easy. This is our boundary today to make the first picture. So I start with this part because also this line is not correct. I try to hide this, the outline. I guess maybe this outline will use as 2 or 3 minutes. If you want to do some details, go deeper. some people will ask me how to catch the view, because if you go deeply for the details of the leaves, you will get a mess. So sometimes try to not focus your eye on something, try to like zone out, make it just like a mass, to only see the big block, then will make you easy to draw. So I just feel. Just a few. Some part is darker. We can even use some lines we said before. The mistake part, you can see this line is my mistake part. I try to correct it by the shadow. Seems not so bad. So you don't need to be so scaring. Me too, I show all defect, but it's not ugly. Check how much we used, about 2 or 3 minutes. Then the second part, we start to draw this, the middle structure. I think you should catch the key point of some parts. For example, this. If you are so smart enough, you can even from start point do continue like this, but I suggest you point out some necessary part. Yeah, even me will make a mistake. And here will be, yeah, and this is the last part. When you point this out, at least you can understand your lines will not go so far away. Maybe my cat will go this. Let's make a joke. So see these 2 windows. I'm guessing how to go inside this building on the top. Is it open for the top? This one is open for people? Really? Oh, I will visit this place in future. I see this cat several times, but I never go there. So I make a joke here. My cat will be sorry for my mistake. I will make my cat in this way. Just make it fun. Good. Super. And this part, see some outline. It's almost done. And this part, you can put here. See, wow, it's almost finished. If you are scaring, you see you already finished half. So some windows, this is necessary. With the help of this front part, we can easily find the location of the window. So here and here. Every time when I draw the old Riga, I want to say people are so romantic in the ancient times. They know the best way. See all the details. It's amazing. Whatever you take picture from outside or inside, you will feel real happiness. See, this I can put some shadow here to see as like a window. Okay, we do this part, the similar. And also this part, so it's much easier. Remember, today is only 10 minutes practice. The purpose is to start. Maybe the result for you is not so satisfied, but keep going. Think that in your holiday, you keep at least 15 minutes each day. After 1 month, you will have a big progress, improved. See, it's finished. And this part, with this reference, we can easily find this is 3 windows, so we put this here. Don't be afraid, put your marker on the paper, because all the detail, when you go outside, all detail doesn't matter. I remember when I go plein air with one artist a few years ago, because I was work for architecture design for many years. I can't do any fake things. But I remember when we do one castle, my friends, he just cut 1 floor, like a 3-floor building. He only draw 2. No one criticized. So art have more freedom. Don't be afraid to be. See, this also finished, and we try to find something interesting. And if you see, in this case, we see here is not so too empty. Just put some lines, because they have a beautiful roof. If you want, you can see the picture have some details. You can even put this on your picture. It's up to you. And here also, we can make some ash. And also some shadow here. You see, I think this is enough. If you want to do more details, try to make some lines here. My cat, poor cat, she's outside of the next time I will invite him go back. Sorry for that. And we start with this line. See, it's even half windows here, so you can see the reference. Yeah, it's almost finished. If you want, put some birds here. Interesting. And this is the first part we call the black cats. Black cat. Beautiful. So I think this is about 10 minutes work. We finish. And maybe you think, no, I don't like it at all. So take it to home and do something better at home. In any case, you do already 80% in the site. So actually, you catch the key point. When you go back home, you try to go deeper, for example, filling some part here when you are at home, and maybe do something good and write some words, even your signatures. So this is the first finished. It's about 10 minutes. And second, we try to draw this. This little town named Spiez, S-P-I-E-Z. This is a new town for me because I never go there, but when I see this picture, I think I should take it in our class because you can easily see the different layer And this was, how to say, named by tourist magazine as the most beautiful town in Switzerland. So we should do it today. And this is like a landscape format. So I will make like this, similar with the picture. So as we say, 3 layers, which you think is most catchable, you can start. For me, I choose the same, the front part, because when we choose the front part, we can understand that which part of the second layer, these buildings, are inside or outside. So first, I will try to follow the picture, the lines, to fill in the front. See, some part I do a little bit darker to show the shadow. So this is simple when you do fast. And also normally each layer you will get 2 or 3 minutes as you want. See, the first part we do, and the second part we think how to put this castle. This castle, I hope I will more correct this time. What's this inside? Ah, some walls. I hope I see correct. It's like this. See, the roof is different, so make some, if you have some a little pen, I found my pen here. If you have some little pen, you can even do a small, sorry, again, big, this one small. Use a little line to fill in. So normally I will bring at least 2 or 3 different kind of pen. One is big, to do some sharp part, and one for middle for do the outline, make something correct, and this the minimal one is for this kind of a roof or some plant shadow. So like this we can even put, if you want more interesting, just put here. Okay, we keep going. The second part, there's some walls. So there's a lot of village house we can delete, because in our view, the most interesting thing is this big castle with the tower. So we just focus on that. See this tower. And put this together. I leave this empty, then I use this smaller one to hatch. Okay. So the main part is already finished. So use this. So this too empty, then try to fill in. And this also. maybe some details. Try to make it more clear, the lines. Okay. And this the first two layers we finished, then we go the background. Background, this part is important because this divided for the front and the back. Go here. And this the little hills. You can use a simple lines, but different. Line is useful in the sketching skills. Line is very useful, and maybe some point for these details. I will not to show all, but at least you understand they have some. This, the boundary, and of course the mountain. Mountain and some big trees in the front. So maybe you can feel my pen, I didn't do like this. I keep movable, means all the lines you can do as like practical and active. In this case, all the lines seems they're dancing. Because we are calculating the minute. This is important, that to try to catch all necessary part in your limited time. Yeah, so this is the river. We go simply as they are. And I said, as the river, we got the two style as we do with the cloud. If you think this is too white, you can put darker with lake. So just put the lines here. You don't need to be afraid is correct or not. But remember one thing, because here you can't see very clear for the reflection, but a lot of water, they will go, for example, in this case, you can see the lines of the mountain. So in this case, maybe here you need to do different with the reflection. Some parts you need to focus. Remember, we have only 10 minutes, so need fast. And of course, focus. And also here, we can use the bigger one to make it darker. So see here, a lot of green space. As you want, we can try to make it darker, but be careful not to darker than this, because you need to tell people the different stories, so try to make like this. So see, no rules for the lines. You just fill in and make it look like a gray. So different layers go out. If you think this is too silent, of course, maybe we can add some people here, or some birds here, and make it more interesting. So calculate how much we use, only 10 minutes. So Spiez, I, easy, Switzerland, E, I, it's, and I will go this time in future. So C is almost finished, and try to fill in some part when you go back home. So this is finished already. The second. The last one maybe more shadow. The last one is interesting, that we can't to analyze how it's like front, middle, and the back, because this bridge, you see, this bridge is cross all. We already have two sketch practice, so I think the last one we can even try bigger. Make yourself more convenient. See, we can even do bigger. And this shadow, for my view, we'll start with this. See, my pen freely work. I just know that we need to insert some part. Not so clear, but at least 60% is correct, is enough for landscape design. This will save you a lot of time. If you don't have this front part in how to say the whole picture, this part will be problems. So first we insert this part to already occupied the picture. And the second, we should know how big is this lamp. So I just mark about this, and this is the photo lamp, which just make this visible. See the structure. It's almost correct. The detail you will do at home. So this is the basement. And this, the detail I can't recognize. Sometimes, of course, when you are in the sunshine or big shadow, even you cannot see. Don't be worried. Just do it, and in future you will put it inside your shadow. For the fast painting, this is okay. So I find this point, so I know this is the boundary. And also I start with this, I go cross. So if you want, try to insert all. And of course, this side you can use a more flexible way. Maybe even not so correct with the ratio. Who cares? They just need to understand is the other side of the bridge is enough. See, like this. And for this part, the shoulder of the bridge. Just that. And the whole beautiful bridge. Some details. Because this time when I pass by, there's no boat around. So maybe next time you can find even a little bit boat passing by. You can insert here, will be beautiful. And this is the reflection part. Try to make the outline. See, all others is very easy because the main part you control already. And the second, the tree, just put the outline. So before maybe you will think this is more difficult, but when we continue to paint, you will find yourself be freedom already. Different layer. Okay, in this case, all lines we finished. So we try to focus some shadow to make it more like an accurate perspective. But the outline we should mark out. Okay, the with shadow, the big part, you can use a big pen. Remember this picture. So we try to finish this part first. And see the second part, not all the place at the same dark, because this is like the shadow of leaves. So in this part, the bridge, you can see different. So put some active line. And this part, and the bridge, this part, also some active, but this main part, you can use like this. Use different direction lines to make it looking different, because if you always use one direction, people can't feel very interesting. So sometimes use a different direction of the line. So see, okay, and this part we try to use a different with some angles. It's interesting. And also here we use this line. See, also I changed the angle. I changed the angle to try to make it like a different kind of flowers growing up. And this is the reflection, and this part, the dark, for the shadow of the tree. So the main part you use a big pen. See the big pen. And this part, especially in the middle, you use a little pen. Okay, we change a pen to continue. Even you can do some details. See, this could be. It's different pen. You see, the texture look different, and also this grass, this part, we can make it more interesting. So use a different way. Different way. Okay. And this part, do a little bit detail. Sometimes you need to bring several same pen, because if you continue use one pen, it will finish soon the ink, so you need to continue with the second. And the first one, if you keep for some minutes, it will go back ink. So I just tell you how we use even 10 minutes, what we can do even we use this limit time to finish. And I will use a bigger pen to enhance some part. See, like this outline, I will make it bigger, because this is look like the main structure. See, and also this part, it's like the window of Riga, but from natural. You go out from your window and it go inside the real natural. See, it's beautiful. Just to make some outline different in west. And like this place, we can even enhance. Even these lines a little bit. From my view, I think it's good, because 10 minutes is a very short time, but we did already perfect. We should be proud of ourselves. I think we a little. Wow, at least I love my painting. So use the same skill as we mentioned. If you see someplace not very good, you can even make it darker to hide your defect. So for example, this part, I don't like it at all. We use a darker shadow to hide it. So finished. How you feel? It's a bridge over the canal. We will write like Riga, E-R-I-D-G-E, over the canal. Wow, always I encourage myself. I love myself. Whatever I draw, my one is 100%. I love. So see, this number 3. Now we compare with the real picture and our sketch together. Maybe we do a bit like this. Maybe I put something wrong with this. Okay, let's try the second. I don't have more. Okay, these 2 parts. The last one, maybe we show here. Okay, so see, this is the first, second, and the third. How you feel? We use 30 or 35 minutes to finish these 3 already. So you can even cut the paper and put in your sketch folder. Looks wonderful. At least I'm proud of myself. Okay, so now we will take a little bit pause. I will share some real drawing I made in these wonderful holidays in Riga. This year is very special for all of us. For this coronavirus, everybody feel not very good. But in this case, for artists, at least, excuse me, thank you. For artists, we have more time to think how we will do. So I use my spare time to go around to draw something. So this, maybe you can see. This is a river Daugava, very close to my home. So almost every day I go there. This is 30-minute sketch. This is my daughter. She stands feeding the swan, and see the far away also some people are feeding swan. Use 30 minutes. This is in the 24th afternoon. This is my real life, nothing fake. And this, I see a very beautiful motorcycle, but it's funny. It's not from Latvia. It's from Estonia or Lithuania. Means people in Baltic zone, they start already to exchange. So it's interesting. I love this motorcycle, and also these 2 symbols for me is interesting. So I put be balanced. And this, wow, this is beautiful. I see it here. This is a bridge in Sigulda. I see a lot of Latvian national flags, and people go with Gauja river to float. I sit there around 2 or 3 hours, 2.5 hours, and finish this by this kind of pen. This kind of pen. So maybe for you to choose a good pen is necessary. And this is also interesting. Why interesting? I explain you. See, this I think Latvian will understand the meaning. Maybe about this. Can you say this out? You can't see this. You can't. But maybe from the picture you can see there's the symbol. The left side is for the people wearing clothes, and the right side is for the nude. Means people in a natural way. Yeah. So I just stand in between. So I see very interesting point that from nude part, people are wearing clothes, go out with the pets. And from this part, people are nude. they go to this zone, but they already are naked. So it's very interesting moment that people just crossing, but they are in the opposite way. This is the moment I feel very interesting. So this is life. Sometimes you can feel very dramatic moment of your life, so catch it. And the last one is yesterday's sketching. I'm very happy. I participate the 30 years anniversary for this beautiful museum Idyllic. So I try to use a black and white, two kind of a paper, try to make some contrast. And this, the directors, all the staff signature. I'm happy I collect all the greeting word and signatures from the people. And this is my signature. I write in Chinese. And the 30 years anniversary is from 1990 till yesterday. So this 27. So I just show you every day what I did. You can do by yourself. So today we just start to open the book, how to do the landscape. I think in future, if I have chance to help you to improve your level, we can also do some part for the like a portrait, for the how to say, for still life, something interesting. And not only inside the gallery, maybe sometimes we can even go out and plein air together with you. So hope you are happy, and best wishes for all of you. See you next time.